when Kyle said, I'm going to take the filter off. I was like, no, what's going to come? That's actually pretty fair. Yeah. Oh, no. You know, we always like to pay attention to, like we said, the headlines, the narrative surrounding these guys. Because we did this play on Mike Macdonald and how well he is known, I always like to keep up a little internet search on Mike Macdonald. Tom Pelissero, the first images, and this is not a joke, when you search Mike Macdonald, is him in a Raven sweatshirt and him in a Michigan sweatshirt. It's not even him in his Seattle gear. Somehow this touchstone of these programs across both college and the NFL bears pretty well if you want to be a future head coach in the NFL. Please connect the dots for me here.
Well, the Baltimore-Michigan connection strikes once again, Jamie. Jesse Minter is headed back to the Ravens as their new head coach. Minter, most recently, the defensive coordinator under Jim Harbaugh with the Chargers. Previous to that, he broke into the NFL as a low-level assistant, basically a quality control under John Harbaugh in Baltimore. The Ravens ran a thorough search. They interviewed a number of candidates, but Minter always seemed like a logical fit for the job. He's only 42 years old, did phenomenal work with that Chargers defense this season, had strong interest from multiple teams. The Raiders were very interested in hiring Minter. The Browns were very interested in at least speaking to Minter again. But he canceled his second interview with Cleveland on Thursday as he zeroed in on a deal in Baltimore. A big hire ahead now for Jesse Minter is going to be his offensive coordinator. So it is worth noting the Ravens finished their head coaching interviews on Thursday with Joe Brady. He now potentially could be an offensive coordinator candidate for the Ravens if he does not land a head coaching job. Brady is interviewed with his current team, the Bills, as well as the Cardinals, for their head coaching job. In other coaching news,
what is happening? What the heck is happening in the NFL? Too much of a coaching carousel. How's everybody doing? Listen, let me grab something here. All right, we're going to start with round 2 of Optichrome. We're going to do the mix, and then we're going to do round 3 of Optichrome. But I'm telling you, there is big-time potential in this. Not as big as the Bowman Draft that's up. There's like $3,000, $5,000 cards in Bowman Draft. Only $27 a spot. Check that out. But let's find some of that money.
Here comes the money!
All right, we got this. We're going to start with Optichrome. Now, if you were in for our Optichrome earlier, you would saw that we did pull a Barry 101. And actually, it started out a little bit scary, I'm not going to lie. 3 votes and everyone votes for Phillip Rivers. Golly, I hope that's not true. Woo! We pulled the first 3 cards. Now, apparently all the base are 101. There's 2 base cards, 6 autographs. I'm okay at the baser 101. It's kind of what happens if you get to 1 spot. It's a little bonus, kind of like winning a Raz. I've been fine with that for a while. But every now and then Leaf likes to throw into one of these boxes where it's all 101s. So we get the base, then we get the auto, second auto, 4 101s. I'm like, is this all 101s in a row? And I had offered credit if it was, but it wasn't. It switched out. It did end with a 101 Barry Sanders there. Now listen, this checklist is insane. I mean, there's Drew Brees autos, Patrick Mahomes autos. There's crazy 8 player autos in this. There's Mendoza is what really I'd like to pull one up. His cards are going a little nuts right now. So good luck if you're in this one. Like I said, we'll do the NFL mix next. I did not see the bottom card. We'll do the NFL mix next, and then we'll go on from there. I did reset the internet. We had like just a brief moment of buffering last break. It self-corrected, but we reset just in case. I got winter advisories all over my screen right now. What card do I want to use? I don't really want to use a Bills card. Let's use the old school Blazin'. Blazin' breaks. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button, as the kids like to say. Now, word is these are all the base are 101, the first 2 cards. It looks like this is Darion Williams 101. So Kyle McDuffie, you're probably going to start this out with 2. Every auto is numbered 10 or less, though. So although some might be numbered less than 10, every auto is numbered 10 or less. Bo Jackson. Okay. 1 of 1. Okay. So this is a different Bo Jackson. Not very original, but I get it. It's going to be hard when you're going to trademark things. But okay. Okay. 3 votes for Phillip Rivers. Get out of here, guys. Get out of my ass. All right. Here we go. Are we ready? Are we ready? No one's talking. Is anyone in here?
Hello,
This is for you guys.
it's me.
Justice Haynes. These aquatic are awesome. This is the clownfish one, and it is going to kick off with a 101. I'm not going to get too scared if this is how it's set up this time, but I did offer a consolation in the event that it all goes to 1 of 1. Man, no one's in here. It's like a ghost town. I had to download these just for you guys not talking to me. It's not that late. Justin Williams, 2 out of 8. All right, are we going to go for the 2, 3, 4, 5 straight for the bonus? 2 out of 8. This is going to go out to Jay Pierce. Justin Williams. The aquatics are my favorite so far, though I'm not going to lie, that Barry Sanders was legitimate. The Tempest. Another clownfish. This is going to be Curtis Rourke, a 1 of 1. Optichrome, 6 autos though, so we've opened product more. It costs more than this with only 3 autos that was numbered to 10 or less. So I don't mind a couple in there, but let's hopefully we switch it up a little bit. Kyron Drones with the 2 out of 8. Jay Pierce. So right now, Kyle and Jay, it's the Kyle and Jay show. All right. Is this the Mendoza box or the Mahomes box? It's the Joe Montana box. It's going to be out of 3, but it is a 1 out of 3. McDuffie with the Montana. Not even our last card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 1 more auto to go. We'll end the break with one of these. We're going to do the mixer next. Dude, how about a Jeremiah Love? It is not a 1 of 1. It is actually a 9 out of 10 Jeremiah Love mock draft. There we go. Well, Doug, you won't feel that way when you have the 1 spot on round 3. I want to hear Elaine when you have the 1. I think you have the 1 spot in round 3. I saw. It's kind of one of those things where I almost look at it like a Raz in a way, but you're not guaranteed to win it. But you have a very high odds to hit some good stuff with the 1 through 5 spot, but specifically the 1. So there's 2 in here: the Jeremiah Love and the Joe Montana. Obviously, Joe Montana, they can be hit or miss. I cannot figure out his autos. Some of his autos go for like $125, and I'm talking about Leaf, not Panini. Leaf. Some of his autos go, and then some of them go for like $30. Can't figure that one out. But Jeremiah Love, number 4 projected mock draft. I think that's what they're doing there. No, that's his number 4. 2026 mock draft. And then, so that was a 9 out of 10. We had the 1 out of 3 Joe Montana. The Kyron Jones, 2 out of 8. They're going to Jay. Curtis Rourke, the 1 of 1. The Justin Williams, the 2 spot. And then the Justice Haynes with the 1 spot. We, of course, had the Bo Jackson, Darren Williams base. All right, that's all she wrote for that. It's time to get in my first look at Optic. I haven't seen any of it yet. I honestly haven't. I'm ready to do that. Let me switch up the list. All right. Here we go. Trying out some new drops. You think so? I disagree with that. I don't think that's going to happen. You be positive. Well, you know you're going to get 2. What up, Jason? We just did round 2 of Optichrome. We're going to do round 3 at the end. So if you're here for round 3, stick around. Let's pull some colored out of here, the blue or the red out of Prism. Good luck to everybody. This is the mixer of the night. first look at Optic for me. The more I see post about the hobby, I'm not saying we won't get any. I may go to Harrisburg on Monday and get some. But at $900 to $1,000 a box cost, I mean, that's before I have to work in any type of fees, you know, all that stuff. One auto per. Jason sent me a link. He's like, dude, there's Jamarcus Russells in Optic this year. Because a guy did a video. He's like, oh, is it the wrong list? Oh, yeah, that's baseball. That ain't going to do you guys any good. Thank you. I'm just going to reclip it. No trades, right? Thank you, Dougie. Thank you, Fred. I got it. When I clip a few at a time, sometimes they get messed up. All right, should be good there. Thank you very much. Hey, what's the list? That's all I got to do is make mistakes to get you guys talking to me? Dude, I'm about to show you all the cards upside down. Come on, be my friend. I really didn't mean to open them upside down. I wasn't doing that on purpose. That's just kind of funny. Is the list good now, boys and girls? I forget who BS64 is. Let me see if I can remember. You're in this break, I was. It's not Brody. Brandon? Is it Brandon Hunt? Are you Brandon? All right. Let's go. Donovan Jackson. Will Riker with the Global Reach Minnesota Vikings card, 10/6/24. It's kind of cool. Deron Bland, Drake London, Willis McGahee, Cade Stover, Tyler Booker with the laser rookie. Terry McLaurin, Kyler Murray, going to be a Pittsburgh Steeler this year. Justin Fields will no longer be a Jet, I don't think. Kyle McCord, rookie. L'Jarius Sneed, James Pierce, rookie laser, and a Tyreek Hill. No color in that. The Prisms blasters leave a little bit to be desired. Man, you got me on the BS. 64. What you want to give the story, the background story, Ricky? Where'd the name come from, or was it just randomly generated? These blue and reds out of these blasters better be going for some legitimate money. You'll get the wacky box that actually doesn't have any 101s. No base cards. They skipped them. You don't like base 101s anyhow. Or it'll be like a Shador Sanders, which you don't want. I saw, I mean, obviously the Ravens hired a coach. I don't know, obviously we haven't talked about it, but defensive coordinator of the Chargers. So now people are saying they need to bring in, like, I guess the defense from, like, Cam Newton and some other talking heads today I saw was, like, coach is the most important coaching role in the position, but the second most is obviously offensive coordinator. Who they bring in there is what's going to matter. Question is, who's coming in to do that is what they got to figure out. Brian Thomas Jr., Jaden Daniels, Jared Goff. How about Frank Gore? And that's not Jr. Cam Scatterbo with the laser for the Giants. New York Giants going out to James Rea. Mason Taylor. Cooper DeJean, silver. Puka Nacua, laser. Dylan Gabriel. How about a variation? Tez Johnson. Got the V right there. Tampa Bay Bucks going out to Scott Ripley. Scott Ripley hit a Rockies auto out of 35. Oh, it's a vet. Who is it? An old timer. Does anyone remember who it was? No, I can't remember. It was a cool card, though. Out of 35. Why can't I remember who it was? Berkeley Spring 74. All right. Giving out your password information, too. What's your birthday? What's your mother's maiden name? You'll get all girls. You do get a lot of girl cards, Dougie. There's only No, you'll get the basketball players. You'll take it, though. You'd take a Giannis auto, right? Caden Ellis. Bashal Tootin, silver rookie. Not bad. Not a horrible one. That box was much, much better than the first. I don't know what that first one was about. It's nice to be able to do larger mixers for $25 a spot again. The Tez Johnson variation silver, not bad at all. I think he's going to be A-OK. You know, that team just completely fell off near the end. We're going to do the mega boxes next. We'll do the Optic next to last, and then we'll end with the Phoenix since it has... Yeah, Larry Walker. Thank you, Fred. Fred, you were in there. Look at you, baby. You got it. It was Larry Walker. You got it. You got to get back in shape with the drop, so bear with me while I practice. Jason Holmes said he pulled a downtown out of these ones. Right, Jason? These rectangular ones. So we're going to try to do it. Let's go. Get a downtown out of Donruss, downtown out of Optic. Call it a night before we do the Optichrome. Fred Warner, Riley Leonard, Jackson Dart, Gridiron Kings. Is he going to be our new head coach? There's an Ashton Genty rookie. Is he going to be our new head coach? So my understanding is him and Josh Allen have a fantastic relationship. And Josh wanted to bring him in. I also heard that Josh wanted Keon Coleman. So maybe it's time to let Josh play football and not make decisions. I don't know how much truth there is to any of that. How do I feel about it? Like, dude, I'm indifferent. I think it's going to come down to we got to get some roster construction. And what really pisses me off, the more I go back and I watch the press conference with the owner, who's a complete clown. He doesn't know anything. And Brandon Bean, who I think wanted to be like, I'm sorry that I'm sitting here with him. Trey Amos. Is that they ask him a question. They asked the owner a question. Jack Beck, wide receiver, pink Optic. They said, what amount of responsibility, what percentage of responsibility do you put on coaching as opposed to roster construction? Which is a very straightforward question. Every just basic football fan knows what that means, right? Like, it's essentially saying what responsibility falls on the coach as opposed to the GM. Yes, the coach has a say in roster construction. Yeah, the GM can ultimately say, I need you to start this quarterback after 3 weeks of losing. Like, you're going to do it. I'm making a call here, right? Myles Garrett Green. But he was like, what do you mean? He's like, and he repeated the question. Here's a nice Colston Loveland pink going out to Chicago Bears. Fred, nice card there. He really came on strong. I'm really upset we're not seeing them or the Bills in this round. That was a fun run for both those teams this year. Amika Egbuka to go up with that Tez Johnson. Well, I'll get to that in a minute there, Ricky, because Brandon Bean actually addressed that situation. But when your owner doesn't know what that means, what that question means, what percentage of ownership goes on, or what percentage of responsibility goes on the coaching versus the roster construction. Ooh, we'll get to that in a minute. But again, he's not a football guy, right? We got a hit here. He's not a football guy. He's a money guy. He owns a hockey team. He's a major contributor to Penn State. It's just too many eggs in a basket for him. Xavier Watts for the Falcons, pink Optic. This is going to be numbered, I think. No, it's just a blue scope. Shamar Stewart going out to the Cincinnati Bengals, going to be Ricky. There you go, Ricky. And a Dylan Gabriel for the Cleveland Browns. Eric Dubb with a Dylan Gabriel rookie swatch there. Now, do we need a true wide receiver one? It would be nice. When you look at 8 of our players getting a ton, like 65% of our money, like not Ty Johnson, Taron Johnson, I think it is, Gregory Rousseau, Deion Dawkins, And then Dawson Knox is getting 18 a year. It's a bit too much. I like him. But right now, I mean, he has to be playing like a wide receiver one with those numbers. The problem is, Ricky, is we have spent way too much money on mid-range guys. Like $13 million on Curtis Samuel. Like $11 million on Josh Palmer. Just go get a $23 million receiver. Stop nickel and diming yourself, you know? And that's why I think Brandon Beane should have been fired. I don't think, and I know a lot of you have heard this, but I'm just wanted to address it with Ricky. I don't think anybody is mad. RJ Harvey Green, he'll be playing this week. I don't think anyone's mad Seth or Sean McDermott got fired. These must be in these megas. I like these parallels. I don't think anyone's mad Sean McDermott got fired. I think they're really upset that Brandon Beane got a promotion the same day Sean McDermott got fired. And you can tell it was an emotional firing on Pagola's part. He didn't know what he walked in the locker room. That's the first time they probably saw him. I mean, we had Hard Knocks this year. He was seen one time. He's not an involved owner. Now, I think that can go both ways. I think that can be bad. I think you can have a Jerry Jones who needs to lay his hands off of it. Tyler Booker. Dylan Sampson. I want to talk to Sampson. I don't think I can search on this one. '49ers need an O-line. Well, so I listened to a thing on Colin Cowherd yesterday, and he was like, he goes, Bills fans have had a really rough couple of days, but I need them to calm down and take a breath. He was like, what we have to understand is that they have top offensive line in the league, which numbers say that. That doesn't pass the eye test to me, but apparently we do. And he was talking about some of our young guys like Hairston and Bishop, and he was like, just pretty much saying like, there's a lot of heat on him right now. He's like, well, what phrase did he use? He said, I typed it out. I got to read it because I really did like the phrase that he used. Let me see here. He said, the wind blows harder at the top was the phrase that he used. The wind blows harder at the top. So, like, of course, you know, they're gonna take a lot of slack. People, I got messages from people I don't really talk that much, but like, Josh Allen needs to request a trade. Oh, maybe, but like, there's a lot of teams in disarray. I mean, the Philadelphia Eagles got eliminated a week earlier, and they have 2 wide receiver ones on our team. Devonta Smith and A.J. Brown would both be an extreme upgrade on our team. They have Saquon Barkley, which would be an upgrade to James Cook, believe it or not. I know he was the rushing leader, but it maybe not an upgrade, but an equal talent. Will Howard, Quinn Ewers Green, and a Jalen Milroe. Not a bad pack there. Jack Beck Pink. Yeah, look, we have drafted 7 receivers since Josh Allen was drafted. Do you want to know who they are? I have them right here. The 7 receivers the Buffalo Bills have drafted since he's been drafted, Josh Allen. The highest round was Keon Coleman in the 2nd round. Obviously, there's a whole thing going on there. Khalil Shakir, round 5. Gabe Davis, round 4. And then Isaiah Hodgins, round 6. Marquez Stevenson, round 6. Justin Shorter, round 5. And Caden Prather, round 7. We have traded for one big name in Stephon Diggs in those years. That's it. So, like, we do need a receiver. I would like Josh, listen, we went to the AFC Championship with Diggs. It wasn't like he didn't do anything. It just ran its course. But it's roster 100% roster construction. I don't know. The 49ers, did you see the 49ers are investigating the elect? Is this true? I'm sure you see it more than me. You're a 49ers fan. They're investigating the rumors or the conspiracy theories that the electrical place or whatever close to them is causing all their injuries. That's a wild claim. I mean, there's something there, right? Man, Cam Ward and Jackson Dart back-to-back. Titans for Brandon. Giants for James. And another Colston Loveland pink. Bears hitting some nice stuff in here, too. Chicago, Fred Bell. Well, that's what I was getting. So, like, everyone wants to be like, Josh has got to go. Well, where's, I say Sean McVay's the best coach in the league and Howie Roseman's the best GM in the league. If we could get one guy of that caliber as the GM or the coach, I think Josh's situation changes completely. Brandon Beane drafted Josh Allen and secured his job for the last how many years? Since 2018. Brian Dable developed Josh Allen. It wasn't even McDermott. But he held that team together like glue, man. That team loved him. I think it was time for him to go. I don't have an issue with the McDermott fire. It's how it was done, and it's how they didn't just clear house with it. Like, he wasn't the only problem. But, yeah, Brandon Cooks was on Good Morning Football the next day, and he was just saying, like, how much he loved playing. I don't know how much gas he has left in that tank, right? When Brandon Cooks is your best option going into the last 5 weeks of the season, are you kidding me? That's an issue in itself. I mean, nobody's sitting here being like Baker Mayfield needs to ask for a trade. He had a really good season, right? He had 3 good receivers, albeit there were some injuries. Mason Taylor's going to be our patch. Wish we got a better one than that, but there you go, Jets. You got a hit with the Jets, Jim Larson. So I think there's something to it, right? Like, there's a lot of people that talk about grounding and, like, electricity being a hindrance to health and stuff. You got the 5G. I'm not even poking. I know there's got to be stuff there. Xavier Watts for the Falcons. And, dude, this is another thing we got. We're going to end up drafting one. But I hope the Ravens release this dude. Tyler Loop. We need a kicker. Prater's done. Although we have, who do we have that just got hurt this year? Tyler Bass. So you do believe that? You think that's something that could be causing it? California, of all places, that's so health conscious. Aladejo. Let me switch my sleeves, my card here. Brandon Aubrey. Kelvin Banks. Saints. Going out to Stephen Kibler. Yeah, but like when you have the Bucks, to me, are a bigger disappointment than the Bills this year, and I bet Bills Bucks Super Bowl. Like, so I'm kind of all in on. Speaking of which, there's an Igbuka, another Dylan Sampson pink. You did you made the recap, and you got a little shout out in this one. I think you hit something in this too. Oh, you're up at the top of the screen there. Mike Gesicki. I just don't know where we're gonna find the money, man. We're $11 million in cap debt. Eric Dickerson numbered out of 199. Elijah. Josh Simmons rated rookie green. Another one there, Elijah, and a Tetro McMillan. Bunch of stuff in that pack. A rookie heavy pack. All right, it's time for some Optic, baby. Let's get it downtown out of Optic. Jason, we didn't have your luck. Next time I go to the store, I'm going to FaceTime you and ask you to pick out the box. Guys, if you didn't know, if you didn't hear me earlier, we switched Bowman from PYT. We were struggling to fill a little bit, and I know that's hard. We don't have necessarily a ton of prospectors in here. We're doing Bowman cheaper than I've seen it a lot of places. I've seen it upwards of $30, 29, 28. We're doing it for 27 a spot, random team. But real quick before I go to this next box, if you haven't seen, I mean, it's for 27 a spot on a box when you can get cards at a very high level. I mean, these are recent sales for bids, not buy it now. Our best offers 10-6, 5-6, 5-1, multiple teams, So it's not just one player that's selling for that. A lot of different teams that are hitting on that. Plus, I want to find that snack pack, baby. I really do. I mean, listen, they got screwed, but you can't have 5 turnovers and then just point your finger at the refs. Did the refs have a lot to do with it? I feel differently than a lot of Bills fans. I don't necessarily feel 100% that was a catch. If that were the vote going the other way, I would be more certain that it wasn't. So that makes me feel like maybe my heart is... As soon as I saw it, I was like, that wasn't a catch. And I've seen some clips and I've seen some pictures, but that's not the call that pisses me off. Just like it pisses me off, just like the year before, it wasn't that like rush and they had to remeasure. The thing that pisses me off is we had a receiver get completely raked in the end zone, and they didn't call it. I'm like, cool, they haven't really called this all game, so be it. Let it go. Let them play, right? But then the call 2 on the final drive in overtime really got me. Oh, that's a good way to kick it off. Hunter Henry, Dylan Gabriel, Amika Egbuka, there we go, and a Derrick Henry Silver. Man, it's a Bucks break, Scotty. We got a few in here. Guys, I'm going to be packing up Saturday and Sunday, shipping Monday, so anything that we get tonight, Saturday and Sunday, will go out on an early week ship next week. One of my goals when I came back was to be more time conscious and honor your time a little bit more, let you guys know when I'll be breaking, try to be there more close to when the break fills if possible. Feel like I've done a better job at that. The other thing is I'm going to try when we do a fairly decent number of breaks in a short period of time. I'm going to get shipping out faster, but you guys know you can always get a hold of me. If you hit something, you're like, hey, I need that, get a hold of me. A lot of us I know are like, hey, I didn't hit anything big, or when are you shipping? Oh, nice Seahawks. Yeah, the D was, we had some major injuries on D. I mean, we were missing our number 1 defensive lineman, Ed Oliver, for most of the season. And then one of our better linebackers was out. There we go, Tyler Shuck. I want to leave this out because I want to talk about this in a second. But you're right. I mean, listen, when you have Trey White and Jordan Poyer, who are on their last limb of their football career, as 2 starters on your D, there's something to be said about a vet presence, right? Like, you need that. I do think you need that. For a young defense, we have Cole Bishop and Maxwell Harrison and some other young guys. Jimmy Horn Jr. But you're right. That's why, like, Josh can't win the big one. I'm like, when Josh puts up 30 points a game and loses games, I don't think it's a Josh situation. But he had 3 turnovers. Like I said, we can blame the rest, but turnovers are a problem. And Josh did miss, and this is why he was distraught. He missed a wide open Dawson Knox for a touchdown to win that game. Oh, I thought maybe we had one. Oh, it's a sweet Jackson Dart, though. How about this one? Jackson Dart passing grade, sweet. The Giants. We're getting a downtown. I'm telling you, we're getting one. Oh, I thought I called it. I swear to God, I thought we called it. I was about to go nuts. Jahad Campbell, Optic Silver there, and a Riley Leonard. So the reason I left the Tyler Shuck out is I want to remind you guys, I'm going to a card show in the morning. This one is usually pretty decent for singles. The one I went to in Harrisburg last week or 2 weeks ago was not great. Right now my list is I have someone that wants me to look for Connor Griffin select autos. I have someone that Slam wants me to look for a Amon-Ra St. Brown 22 select premier level numbered out of 10 pink. And then John Carter Hennessy wants me to look for Tyler Shuck licensed autos. Is there anything? Jared Root just got a hold of me. Yeah, he's the one that wants me to do the Connor Griffin. Is there anyone in here that wants me to look for anything? This is for you guys. I'm looking for stuff to do good repacks with. I've definitely become more aggressive in my approach to buy some singles now that comps have loosened up a bit. Because here's the thing. If I pay 95% of comps like people were charging, and I put in a repack, and this is why repacks kind of suck, then you guys are just paying more. So I'm trying to, like, wherever I can save that money, then give it to you closer to comps in a break. That's always been my goal. It seems like singles have loosened up a little bit if you buy, a certain, especially if you're buying like a certain amount. Buying singles, there's a skill to it for sure, especially when you're buying not just for PC, which I've never done. Travion Henderson and Jaden Higgins. So going to be looking for some stuff, both baseball and football tomorrow. But if you guys have anything you want me to look for, please, please. I'm glad the pool changed a little bit. Brian Dable with 8%, which is right now the heavy favorite. Mike McDaniel, 17, Josh Allen, and pretty much everyone saying Phillip Rivers. I think we just want to see what shit show it would be for Phillip Rivers to get his first coaching role as a head coach for the Buffalo Bills. I mean, talk about a sitcom. Kyle McCord, or a dude, in the new stadium too. Like, I don't think it was the year to do this. Give McDermott a year in the stadium. I don't know. A lot of angry people out there right now. James Lofton, Jihad, Damian Martinez, a bunch of Seahawks in the... Guys, I am probably over top loading, but trying to get you guys some protection on these, even though it's a cheaper break. Nothing else. Get your cards protected in here. I don't know how these Optic are going so far. I haven't looked in comp price. Best tutties, George Kittle and Brock Purdy. Downtown, here we go. Motherfucker. Kyle McCord. You guys think, like... So I saw this article. It said divisional round or the conference championship tickets have dropped to $400, the lowest of like conference average pricing. And for the AFC, and like Chris, I was talking to Chris. He's like, well, you know, who wants to watch Jarrett Stidham? I mean, we at the beginning of our one break tonight, we played the clip they talked about with Jeff Hostetler when he beat the Bills 20-19 in the Super Bowl. He was a backup. Why does it do that to me? Saquon Barkley, silver. But it would be it would throw a kink in the season if we get Jarrett Stidham in the Super Bowl over, you know, Drake May. I try to take my feelings and emotions out of it because I have no issue with Drake May. I actually kind of like watching him play. And I think I have like PTSD from the Patriots being so good for so long with Brady. I don't want to see that start over again already. And I also hate that I haven't seen a Patriots fan in 6 years. Not joking. And now all of a sudden everyone has their Patriots gear on around here. I'm like, the fuck, where'd you come from? I've always been a Patriots fan. The hell you have been? You haven't worn that shirt in 6 years. Matter of fact, that looks like a new one. That bothers me. It gets to me. I don't know if I remember Doug's 101 video. Was it something I did? Oh no, did I spit on it? Pat Bryant and Woody Marks. He's going to be a stud. I have him in a couple keeper leagues. Was I hammered? Or was this his other 101 that I didn't pull? Was that Tom's pull? Come on, downtown. Jackson Dart. Tetro McMillan, rookie recruits. My Super Bowl prediction is the Seahawks and the Pats because the defense tends to win these matchups. Number one defense versus number one offense in conference championships or anytime they've met in a playoffs, I think it is. It's 8 wins for the defense, 1 for the offense. Whenever the number one defense has met the number one offense. I feel like the Rams have had moments where they just haven't been great this year. So it depends what Rams team shows up. McVay's a great coach. So is that Seahawks coach that nobody knows his name. I would like to see the upset, not because I'm like hating on the Patriots. I guess it is kind of that, but not in like out of spite. It's more like let's wait till the Patriots have to play the Bills in the conference championship to get in. I don't want them sneaking in on a Stidham air. And I'm sure they don't want that either. As like a Bills fan, if this were happening, I know the NFL wants the Bills in there right now. If they could go back, they'd probably be like, you picked that. Like, I guarantee you, here's what happened. If Bo Nix was hurt in the second quarter of that game, that Brandon Cooks, after replay assist, the review has determined that the player was down by contact. It is a complete catch, Buffalo, first down. Without a doubt that happens. Now, I'm not saying the NFL is rigged. I am saying they control games. I've always said that. They will control it because they don't want Jarrett Stidham. If Jarrett Stidham was in there doing that, they're not going to have Jarrett Stidham go to the AFC Championship game if they can get Josh Allen in there. But it happened on the next to the last. They were already in field goal position. The NFL had no play there. Broncos, if they had Bo Nix, I don't know. I still think Patriots would be a better game, but Ty Felton, it's going to be at a 109. 189. Sorry, 189. Guys, don't go anywhere after this, by the way. I will do a brief recap, but we are doing round 3 of Optichrome. It's already full. It's randomed up. So if you want to see it, the product is cool. Plus, Doug has spot 1, and he says we're not going to pull a single one of one. So, Kyron Williams. I mean, I don't have a comeback for this. Is this another case hit out of this product? Amika Egbuka Thunderbirds. Genies? Stop. Is that a case hit? I've never seen that card. We're looking it up. Genies Mahomes. That card, you know, that that could be a good one. Let's see it. Who has the Chiefs? Jim Larson. Oh shit. Dude. One sold for $510? One sold for $235? Holy shit. Here it is. Jesus. I don't know why this one went on bid and this one just sold best offer. People maybe didn't know. Oh, that was in November. This was in January. Let's see, are there some up? One's up for $199, $185. So I'll probably place it around $175 range. Yikes. Congratulations, Jim. Dude, I told you we were getting a case hit of some sort tonight. This Phoenix has been absolutely fired. Like, we've hit 2 color blasts. We have hit 2 color blasts, and now we hit this out of it. I would like, if this was a Bills, if this is a Josh Allen. But it ain't. It's a Mahomes. Use your wishes for a little genie. I'm a genie in a mad case, baby. So I have a follow-up on the stickers. The stickers are ordered. They're on their way. Actually, they if you guys didn't hear the story, I did 3 new stickers. I did the Stranger Things one that we've done in the past. I did a brand new one that looks like this background here. Like that. And then I did one that looks like the Rated Rookie. Chris kind of designed when it says Blazing Breaks. It's kind of like the Rated Rookie. I spent a lot of time specifically putting them off center, like near the bottom. So when we fold them over on the mag case, you know how it works. The sticker folds over so it's not, okay? I get the mock-up. We set your stickers through quality control and we corrected them to meet your expectations of perfection. They're on their way. I'm like, I didn't want them corrected. What did you do? So I look at it. All the stickers are fucking centered. So, in our world of AI and ChatGPT and all that shit, they're like, oh, well, they correct them because too many people order them lopsided and then they want them centered. So we just center them. I'm like, what? I've never heard. I designed them specifically. Like, why would I do that? So they're like, we'll give you credit. They did. It took me forever. First, I had to talk to AI for 2 days straight. Oh, we'll forward this. This is important to us. And blah, 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 blah. So, finally got a hold of a human being. They credited my account. But we'll have some stickers this week, so you'll get that stickered up, Jim. That's what I was getting at. Chuba Hubbard, Tetro McMillan, and David Njoku. I'll tell you what, Scott. Hey, it's good to have you in here. I knew you weren't baseball because you were having dinner, I'm sure. But glad you're back in for a little chat. Pat Bryant. It still stings, man. And I have no issues with the Broncos. The fans weren't even like, what were they supposed to do? Be mad that the rest called that? Like, they had to deal with the Bo Nix situation. I wouldn't wish that on a fan base. I'd be like, if that was Josh Allen, I would be absolutely devastated. We finally make it, and we gotta play Mitchell Trubisky, which would probably be a better choice than Jarrett Stidham. Josh Allen contours for the Bills. I saw Cam Newton. I don't know. I never know what to believe. 95% of everything on the internet is fake. But Cam Newton said, like, why would they go with a guy who's never played over, like, I'm here available. Why don't they take a dude that knows how to win? I was like, what if you have to dive on the ball? He's definitely out of it, right? Like, he couldn't have said that. He can't really think. At a glow dance? Dude, that sounds fun. Even with the kids. Isaac Tesla and Bo Nix Thunderbirds. No numbered, only one numbered card so far in this. Give me a second. We have one more pack to go. We have 2 more packs, but let me just check through these, make sure I didn't miss any numbered cards. Sometimes the parallels look very similar. Hopefully then we have... Although I know when we get case hits, it is wacky. Like, you don't get as many... He came back home with a girlfriend. That's awesome. That would be Cohen, not Paxton. Jack Sawyer. All right, last pack mojo. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to recap, but I'm going to do Optichrome Box 3. You guys have to see this product. Maybe a Mahomes auto in there. Oh, yep, we got our auto. Is it Maxwell Harrison? Who got the Bills? It is. Fred, talk to me. Out of 99. I don't have any of his autographs yet. I love this dude. Maxwell Harrison. Interesting auto. He's our first round draft pick this year for the Buffalo Bills. Let me recap this for you guys, but don't go anywhere because I am going to do Optichrome on this stream. We're staying live. If you've been waiting for that for a while, I apologize. And I'm going to also check on Bowman because I'm hoping if that gets close, I said I don't mind taking a couple spots. For the amount of money that cards you can pull in that, I would take 2 or 3 spots in that, but I don't want to do that. People don't want me to. It looks like it's not. We still have about half the spot, so maybe we'll get to that. All right, here we go. Ty Felton out of 189. Jackson Dart, Tetra McMillan. These are the parallels out of Optic. Woody Marks, Donovan, Ezeraku, Bashal Tootin, Damian Martinez, Kyle McCord, Travion Henderson, Jaden Higgins, and Tyler Shuck. Jihad Campbell for the Eagles Optic Prism. Riley Leonard. We had the Jackson Dart passing grade. Jimmy Horn Jr. and outs. Dylan Gabriel, Amika Egbuka. This came out of the Don Russ Megas. Eric Dickerson to 199. Dylan Sampson. Kelvin Banks. Tyler Loop. Xavier Watts. A Cam Ward base. Jackson Dart. Colston Loveland pink. Will Howard base. Quinn Ewers green. Rated rookie press proof. Jalen Milrow the rookies. Jack Beck. Pink. Dylan Sampson pink. RJ Harvey green rated rookie press proof. Nick Scorton. Xavier Watts. Shamar Stewart. Amika Egbuka Vortex. Colston Loveland pink. Jack Beck pink. Riley Leonard. Jackson Dart Gridiron Kings. Cam Scatabo Laser. And Dylan Gabriel Prism base rookie. All right, sounds good, friend. Let me look it up, see what they're going for. I'll give you at or above, slightly above comps for credit if that's cool with you. I like to do that especially if it's a lower card. I don't want to just take your hits and not give you anything for it. So, Pat Bryant, if you see a comp, Fred, feel free to hit me with it too. But I'll probably do like 110 on it, like percent. Pat Bryant and Mason Taylor. We had the Dylan Gabriel patch. We also had the Tez Johnson variation prism. And the Maxwell Harrison auto. And how about this? Patrick Mahomes Genie's case hit. I love when people say that. Did I win? No, but listen. We're about to have Doug leave a happy man tonight or leave a very angry man. Because he has the one spot. And this is our third box of Optichrome. And the one thing that we have noticed is that the Optichrome, it does spread the numbers out. But one is heavy on the number 1. Especially since both base cards are 1. I would say about 6 out of the 12 autos we've pulled have also been 1. And then, of course, the other, 6 maybe spread out. Let me do the break list here. Looks like this will be our last thing of the night. That's all right. We had a fun night. We hit it before midnight, so I don't have to have a drink. All right, there we go. Good luck. Doug, you got the 1 spot, man. Doug says there's going to be no 1s in this one. Phillip Rivers is the next coach of the Buffalo Bills, according to you guys. Hopefully we're just as bad at picking the Bills coach as we are at picking games as a group. Ooh, I think I see a plate in there. Been a while since we saw a plate. All right. Again, I don't mind. Every card autographs number 10 or less, so everyone has a fair chance. Obviously, as a random, you get the 1 spot. You have a little bit of an edge in this. I like it. I like doing it that way. Subscribe if you haven't, guys. Let's go. We're going to do both base cards. Oh, one of the base is actually a plate. Le'Veon Moss, 1 of 1. And a 1 of 1 printing plate. They had a label it just to let you know. Harlem Berry. Get up and do that Harlem shake, Dougie. There you go. I want to see Dougie do... I was thinking we should do how we did owner pictures of the teams for the contest. We should do some pictures like that of the people who have jobs in here. But Doug no longer has his job as photographer. All right, first auto up, Elijah Spencer. 1 out of 7. So 7 people had a chance. Doug, you got it. Come on, man. Nice auto, too. Clean. Elijah Spencer. Part of the reason I went and got this is because there are Mahomes autos, but Mendoza is going nuts. Declared for the draft. His cards are going crazy, even in his Cal uni. Get them and flip them now while we can, before other stuff comes out. Gerard Pringle. Again, out of 7. It is a 1 out of 7. Not a 7 out of 7. Just to be clear, I'm going to get a clear 1 out of 7. Dougie, I think you owe this group an apology. It's going the opposite way. At least the other guys had 1 of 1s. We need a big name, though. That's not the one Dougie wants. Hoss Hengny? Another clownfish. We've got a few aquatics, but I want to see something else. That is a 101, Doug. I guess Doug did the Corey Kelly approach. He complained and it worked out. So far we've had out of 2 boxes a 101 Barry. We've had a Joe Montana, 1 out of 3, I think. And we had who's the running back for, I think, running back Notre Dame, right? Is that who it was? What's his name? I'm still not great with the names until they're in the NFL. 9 out of 10. Matthew Gibson, you got one here. Jaden Wilson. 9 out of 10. Finally, we got a 9 spot on the board. Watching Whatnot too. That could be me soon. The wonderful Champ Mons. Is his name really wonderful? Doug, do you want that card? It's wonderful. 1 of 1. It goes to you either way. What a wild box. All right, we got to end it with a good one because every box has had a big name so far. Well, both boxes. And all right, we got one of the cover cards. DJ Lagway. This is wild. It is out of 7, but Doug, the complaining. Someone did that 10-box Sapphire break. I heard the Cooper Flag spot was like $109,000. Oh no, that was a 10-case Sapphire break, not a 10-box. Because that would be like $50,000 for that. Yeah, apparently it's going for like $5,000 a box. That's bonkers. DJ Lagway, 1 out of 7. Still a nice box. Is our most number 1 spot heavy box yet, and probably our least heavy in hits, as we had a Bo Jackson, a Joe Montana, and I can't think of the running back's name. But we'll be doing more of this. I like this product. I still want to hunt. I mean, I'll have to post a picture of the bow. That's baseball. I saw the basketball drop today. Well, guys, go hit up that Bowman. We'll break that tomorrow. I'll be back from the card show kind of early. I'm going early. Johnny Carter just said, I'm watching on TV but can't figure out how to chat. Well, John, thank you for the message. You can always message me on here. I have my chat pulled up, so if you let me know you are. James Eisman was going to be watching the break, but didn't know if he was going to be able to chat either. That's wild, man. Like, Jason and I were talking, Doug, about that Cooper Flag spot for $110,000. You would absolutely have to pull the 101 to get your money back. So you're hunting for that. And even then, like, how much on top of that is. Now, you could hit some other stuff, the out of 5, like to chink away at the armor a little bit, of $110,000. But what do you get, like $40,000 to the out of 5? Maybe you hit like an auto that's like not the 101. You get like another, I don't know. But you have to hit the 101 to get your $410,000 back on a card. That's just like insane odds. But apparently there's only like 100 cases of it made, or 500. I don't know, not that much. 20 some cards in a box, they said. Maybe it's 35 cards a box. Guys, I appreciate it. It was a fun Friday night. We'll keep improving. We'll keep trying to make things more fun, getting new product, switching things up. I love you guys. I've really, really enjoyed being back. I've enjoyed talking to you guys. I appreciate. I've been talking to a lot of you guys in Messenger again. That's been nice. That helps me to stay in touch. So I'm gonna clean up. I got a disaster here. You should see it. Looks like the old days. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.